Part of the All for Sci-Fi Podcast Network.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
If you only knew the power of the dark side. Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
No. I am your father.
I'll be back.
Hey, don't say that. Hey, Mike, what's going
Hey,
on?
motherfucker.
Hey, good, Mike.
It's a trap. The needs of the many outweigh
The needs of the few.
for the one.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Live long and prosper.
Get away from her, you bitch! Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine? Out of a DeLorean?
Bye-bye, boys.
Have fun storming the castle.
Take it away.
Goodbye.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Stop saying
Sorry,
that!
we got started late, guys. Hey, stop saying that. Keep saying it. Rick says sees dead people.
So what?
I am Groot. Yes.
Said that.
Why so serious?
Because
I volunteer!
we started late.
I volunteer! I volunteer as tribute.
What I do
No,
is
you
not up
won't.
to you.
Chewie,
That's
we're
my
home. The force is with me.
Well, I am one with the force. I am not one with the force today, but I am now that the show started. Are you one with the force?
Yes.
Yes, we are. Welcome, everybody, to the All for Sci-Fi weekly webcast. We're late for an important date. Wait, what movie is that from?
That's a lot of days. That's a lot of movies. Which one do you want?
I don't know. We're late. We're late. We're late. Oh, he's already figured it out. Disneyland on the 9th. Yes.
Yeah,
Excited. You know why it's on the 9th? Because I couldn't book anything for next week.
That's true. It's all filled up.
Yes. Alice in Wonderland. Bingo. But we actually have a very good show today. We're excited. We're going to be talking about Aquaman 2, The Lost Kingdom. We're going to be talking about, of course, Rebel Moon, which came out
Yes.
the other night. The first part of Rebel Moon. We're going to be talking about Monarch, For All Mankind. Wow, what a show we have today.
Yes.
And I'm excited about it.
It's been a while since we had this many.
This many. And look what I'm wearing. The Rebel Scum Con for next year, right? In Dallas. I'm representing. They sent me a shirt. I'm going to be there next year. Rebel Scum Con.
I got Mando up.
And it's June 27th through June 30th. I will be there. So will like 30 or 40 other Star Wars actors. It's going to be incredible. And I'm excited for this show because it looks like we might be performing. So keep your fingers crossed, but myself and ACM might be performing, a.k.a. Buddy Mix. Also, Buddy Mix and I are going to be going to Boston and probably performing in New Hampshire in March. So we're excited. We got a lot of really great stuff. How was your week, Captain Rickster?
Well, it was great. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. Christmas is coming, so it was great. Yesterday, the dinner was great. We had yesterday.
Yes, we had a great we had a
Little
really,
gathering.
yep. We had a Christmas party, which
That's
was
right.
fun.
It was really
With
fun.
the installers, which are doing a great job,
Yep.
Kevin and the guys, and Buddy gave CAC a basketball, so all the installers were talking crap and saying stuff like, "It should be the installers versus the salespeople," and of course, I chimed in and said, "You don't even want to play basketball against me, man. You don't even want to try." Don't even try.
I told him I'm only waiting I can't jump.
Well, we know that, Captain Rickster. But yeah, it's been an exciting. We still next week we're gonna go ahead and review Willy Wonka. I know Virginia mentioned that in one of the posts. You didn't do Willy Wonka. You didn't do Migration. And look, we can only do so.
Oh yeah.
We can only do so many things in a week, guys. This is 4 already, right?
Yeah, really.
And
we have to work in between time.
Yes, and I'm just pumped about our future. We got some really good stuff coming in.
Yes.
Thank you, Dirk. Merry Christmas from Germany.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas to you as well. Thank you for joining us today. Okay, let's get started. Let's jump right into it. Captain Rickster, what do you want to do first? I always ask you.
All for mankind.
For all mankind.
The one I didn't sleep.
The one you didn't fall asleep this week through?
Not this week. I watched early this time.
Okay. Well, for all mankind, as you know, at All for Sci-Fi, we have a rating system of 0 to 5 stars. 5 stars is the best. If it's 3 stars or less, we don't recommend you stream it or go to a movie theater or any of that kind of stuff. This week's episode of For All Mankind gets, I'm gonna give it 4.35 stars. I'm not gonna give it too high. It was better than the week before.
True.
But what do you give it, Captain Rickster?
I'm gonna agree with you on this one.
Oh.
No, you can't hit me. No violence.
You're too far away from me now. You're way over there.
That's right.
It's backwards.
Actually,
I'm
gonna keep moving. I'm gonna keep moving this way.
I gotta point the.
This way.
For you guys, for me, he's on this side. But really, I got to point this way so you see him. It's like the opposite.
Yeah.
It's screen left for screen right.
I'm going this way.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep on moving back this way.
Oh, yeah. Keep going over there, buddy.
I'm going
well, let's talk about what happened this week on For All Mankind. Of course, Ed Baldwin started with let's call them the lower deckers. It's not lower decks, right? But let's call the ones below the lower decks, okay? Like on Star Trek. He got them all fired up because he was too busy being mad because he's no longer the CEO. Yeah. And this new lady's up there who's in charge of everything, and he's got trembles or shakes, and he's not being honest with her, so he got downgraded, and he's too busy getting drunk and doing all this stuff. But then he goes down to the lower deckers and starts drinking in the fake bar, and he finds that they're really upset and they want to protest. Mm-hmm. And so they come up with this idea to do a strike, and let's band together and do the strike. So they can't get any work done. They can't capture this asteroid. It's about this asteroid that they found now that has like all this. What's it called? I forgot what it's called. Duranium or Turanium. And it has so much that it's going to change the world. Mm-hmm. So, and hey, Dante's here.
Hey, Dante.
Yeah. Oh, Mike says go get him anyway. So,
they're going to.
So, and then the 7 or whatever they call them, the 7, decide to have a summit in Moscow. And then that's when we find out that I think we found out the last episode that the former NASA director defected. We knew she was alive, but everybody thought she was dead. And so they decided to have the summit there and try to figure everything out. That was last week. Mm-hmm. But this week, they decided that they're going to try to push it towards Earth and capture it on Earth. And what's that going to do? They think it's going to kill Mars because this would have created a lot more work for Mars.
Right.
So they're striking. So it's about that. And his adopted daughter, decides to go on Helios. Helios is there's all these different ones. You got NASA, you got the Russians, you got the North Koreans, and then you have Helios, which is Helios is like a big corporation. So she's working with Helios. She brings, even though she's the daughter of Ed Baldwin, who's there. It's a very interesting show because it's like what if. It's like the what if. What if the space race never ended? And I wish it didn't end because we should be at Mars already. And in this timeline, it's only 2003, and we're already on Mars and have a Mars base on Martian soil. But it didn't happen that way. So so be it. Not too much action, just a lot of drama this year. Prior seasons had a lot more action. Probably like those seasons better because I'm about the action. But it's a good show. It's well written. The acting's good. You have a favorite part of this episode, Captain Rickster?
Not really.
Yeah, Captain Rickster doesn't really like this show that much, but I like it, and I know Mike likes it, and I know other people like it. But it's still well made. So what's next? Hey, Lost Souls trilogy.
We can do Monarch.
Welcome. Yeah, you want to go right to Monarch?
Might
Okay.
as well. That's next.
Well, Monarch, Legacy of Monsters is continuing. It's another week with no monsters.
They had monsters at the end. Just one.
He's counting that where they're blowing up this area, and we did see that one monster, the same ice one, come out and do the circle and get blown up at the end. But
we don't know if it got blown up or not. All we know is that
they blew up.
Hole.
Well, they blew up everything in that hole. Let's give the rating for Monarch this week. I liked it a little bit better this week. The pace was a little bit faster, even though it didn't have any monsters. I'm going to give Monarch I'm going to give it the same as the last one. Well, let's say 4.40 stars. What do you give it, Captain Rickster?
I'm going 4.5.
I knew he was going to do that because he's biased when it comes to Godzilla and Monarch.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, on Monarch, it was for her. Was it her name, May? May. It was,
right,
it
May.
It was for May to go back and face her
past. Well, we found out that May was not May. May was Cora,
Mm-hmm.
and she was this programming genius. Speaking of that, the reason why we're late today is because I had to get in. For some reason, my password on my MacBook Pro disappeared, so I had to like figure out how to reboot it, and then I had to bring up the terminal, and I had to go back into my programming days because I used to be a programmer, and I had to reset the password with the terminal and everything else to get it to accept it, and finally, that's why we're here.
Yeah.
So I mean, that took me some time.
On our phone.
We almost went live on the phone,
Yep.
but I prefer this way because then we could be live on Facebook, we could be live on YouTube at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Some other ones we're going to start adding later is Twitch and I think Instagram, I believe. We're going to start adding those later. But, yeah, it was better this week. Monarch was better this week. I love these characters, of course. Yeah, better late than never. And Mike says, yeah, the show should be called Legacy of Alleged Monsters. No, you know what? It's probably about budgeting. You got to have a couple episodes where you don't have too many monsters in it because the special effects are a lot of money.
Yeah,
and the special effects in this show are great. And speaking of that, when we were watching Aquaman, Lost Kingdom, which we're going to talk about here in a few minutes, we saw the preview for Godzilla and King Kong.
Oh, yeah.
That looked pretty good.
Yes.
That looked good.
It did look good.
I'm excited. I can't wait to see
that. Comes out April
that
4th,
one.
Everybody.
I'm excited. Well, I know Rick is excited because it's Godzilla again.
Woohoo! At least this King Kong's not running out with his arm going, like this in 1964.
And then it had the baby Kong. Is it a baby Kong? It was cute. Yeah, so it was the preview was good. So this week was better. I'm really starting to care more about these characters, which is important as well. The acting's really good. Of course, the special effects is really good. It's just nice to see that it's coming together. Can we please have a few more episodes with monsters, please? Pretty please.
Oh, I gotta see what.
How many more do we have? There's 10, right?
10
or is there 8?
total, yes.
Okay. They're on number 6 or 7.
It goes on January 12th is when it's finished.
Oh, okay. So you have some more time. 2 or 3 weeks. Okay, Godzuki, you're fun. You're funny.
Real funny, Mike.
Okay, so so let's move on to the next one. What do you want to do next?
Let's do
Rebel Moon.
Rebel Moon, yeah, that'd be good.
Okay, well, Rebel Moon came out on Netflix. It premiered the other night. Mm-hmm. It's part 1, and part 2 is coming in April.
April, yes.
It's made by Zack Snyder, who everybody said he was supposed to do this as a Star Wars movie, and I think that Disney and other people probably, someone said it would have been rated R or something. I think I heard that.
That's what they said, yeah.
So they were frightened by it. I didn't really see this being rated R though, not to me. So I don't know where they got that. Of course, the special effects. Let's give the rating for Rebel Moon Part 1. The official all for sci-fi rating is 4.5 stars. What do you give it, Captain Rickster?
I think it was a little better. I'm gonna give it a 4.65.
Okay.
This is actually pretty good.
It was good. I mean, I found myself enjoying it. It was a little slow paced in certain spots.
But remember, he's a slow director too, though.
Well, yeah, right. He turns in stuff that's like 3 or 4 hours long. That's why they had to probably split this up. Of course, I did enjoy the special effects, the action, the music was great. I actually kind of liked a lot of the acting, but the problem that I have was the bad guys. I didn't buy their acting. They weren't like really bad. Like the guy who was the main bad guy, so to speak. He did fine. He's a good actor, but it wasn't like watching Darth Vader or even in Ahsoka with the actor that passed away, who played Balin Skull. Brilliant performance. You had empathy for him, even though he was a bad guy. There's parts where he was when he was killing the people. Yeah, we're no Jedi. That's my problem, and I think that's been my problem so far with Zack Snyder's his movies. I think he's more of a technical director. I've never worked with Zack, so I don't know. But there's been a few times in his movies in the past where some of the acting was great, and then some of it wasn't. Right. So, even the guy who was remember later at the end, the little piece at the end where they were talking about Bring Me My Daughter from that. Right. That guy was more of a bad guy to me than the bad guy.
Yes, really, yeah.
So, I don't know. Other than that, I enjoyed it. I'm glad to have sci-fi stuff. I'm trying to stay positive about it. Maybe the next part's gonna have, and the action was great. I love that new the Asian lady with this. She had the swords, and then they turned red like lightsabers. Yep. Loved her. Loved that one guy they picked up who later we found out was a prince. I even liked the main person who was taken off this world and trained. I actually was really good. What did you have a favorite scene? I'll tell you what my favorite scene was.
I like it when they got captured and the guys were starting to let them loose, and they started, they started shooting at each other. Mm-hmm. And when that one guy ran up to the ship and killed that other guy, but that was my best one, right?
Well, my favorite scene was the fight scene between the bad guy and the girl, when she was fighting him and she almost fell off, and she came back up and tripped him, and then got in a big fight and beat the heck out of him, and then knocked his teeth out, and then pushed him over. Mm-hmm. But then later we find out he didn't die, just like Palpatine didn't die.
But they bring him back to life.
I don't know. I don't know. That was my favorite scene. But it was just beautiful. Oh, the world they live on is just gorgeous. When they went back to it, right at the end, and you saw those wheat fields. Yeah, it's just a brilliant. It would have been nice to see this as a Star Wars thing. Maybe if it had a little bit more control. But hey, Zach, you've always paved your own path and keep doing it. It's a pretty good movie. I can't wait to see the next one. Well, we'll see if that bad guy gets
killed again.
Badder. Is that really badder? Or is that a word?
I don't know.
But let's talk about the big movie this week, which stars Jason Momoa, Aquaman 2 and the Lost Kingdom.
Yes.
It was good.
It was very good.
It surprised me, actually.
I don't care what the critics say about it.
It surprised me. I was pleasantly surprised. I really like this movie. The official all for sci-fi rating for Aquaman 2 and the Lost Kingdom is 4.75 stars. What do you give it, Captain Rickster?
I'm going to go a little better. I'm going to give it a 4.85.
I can't give it a 5. It's not quite, but it was good.
But it's close.
And the thing that I liked seeing the most was just the whole family thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And when you see it, you'll get what I mean. Family is how do you say this? No, that's not that it's important. Families are complex, and sometimes it's hard to deal with. Like you may be mad at your brother, you may, there's fighting, but even Tamora Morrison said it. He said, you always be family. He was because he was trying to encourage his son Aquaman to have another child, so his kid doesn't. And by the way, he does have a kid.
Yes, he does.
I just gave it one of the biggest things away. And guess who the mother is?
Amber Heard.
Mira. And guess who's all through the movie?
She is.
Guess who's all through the movie? And they keep talking about how they limited her role and they might have edited her out.
Yeah.
She was all the way through. She wasn't the lead like Aquaman and his brother because it was focused on Nat and what's that bad guy's name? Manta or something like that.
Yeah, Mantis.
Mantis. It was basically a brotherly story of brothers coming back together after and I could tell they didn't limit her role. It was just the way it was written, probably. Yeah. So all you trolls out there who put all this stuff on Facebook about how they did a big mistake in the DC universe by limited Amber Heard role, they didn't limit it. No. She was all the way through it. So stop it. And she did a good job. Amber Heard did a good job. I enjoyed watching her. All that other stuff I'm not going to talk about because we're not going to get political here.
No.
But it was good. And she was all the way through it. It's a good show, man.
Gotta go. If you haven't seen it yet, go out and see it.
Go see Aquaman. Let's get back to the movie theaters. Go see Aquaman. I've heard Willy Wonka is really good too. Go see Willy Wonka. We're going to review it next week, but I just loved it.
Yeah.
It was a good movie. And everybody's entitled to their own opinion, right? We all have noses.
It's not as good as Godzilla, but -1. But this is actually pretty good.
I like this better than Godzilla -1.
He would because it wasn't in Japanese and captured.
I just like to say that because I know that he's gonna be. I got a point over here and the other. It's hard to figure out what screen side he's screen right, but he's screen left to me. So.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna keep moving this way. So he can't hit me no more.
Oh, what did Mike say? He said, "What's up, Mike? What up, buddy Mix? What?" I love Godzilla too. I'm not gonna say I didn't love it, but I want to mess with Captain Richter. What Mike? He doesn't have a mic, and he doesn't project.
That's my problem.
We're on the Macintosh's mic until I figure out what's going on with the system with the microphone. See, we're not on mics right now. I gotta fix that. So speak up, Captain Richter.
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
I'll try.
Or talk this direction because it's the mic's over here.
I'm talking.
I know.
Instead of looking at this, I'm talking over to this.
Yeah. Well, you're always looking the wrong way.
I should always look this way.
Well, guys, just want to say to everybody, it's been a great year for All for Sci-Fi. It's been a great year for sci-fi. We've reviewed a lot of shows this year. We've been live virtually every week except for the 1 week I was in the hospital. I don't even know how many videos we did this year. Last year we had a count. I forgot to count them this year. Last year we did 78 videos or something like that. I don't know how many we did this year. He said, "Careful, Captain Richter. He wants to move closer so he can get to you." You're right. Bam!
That ain't gonna happen.
I wish we could go to Disneyland before the end of the year, Mike, but
we can't.
I didn't see anything that was. And what's funny is, I don't know if you noticed, my pass blocked out again for about a 2-week period. After they already taken the money, then they took the money again on the 18th, and it blacked out again. And I was like on with a cast member online. I said, "What are you guys doing? You've taken the money twice in 3 weeks. I'm like a month ahead. And I'll escalate this," and then it popped up like a day later again. So, thank you, Mike. I appreciate that.
And don't forget, Mike, we will have breakfast too.
Oh, of course we will. But you know what, guys? I just want to say Merry Christmas, but I want to say that 2024 is a year of change, and I think it's going to be a great year. I think it's going to be everybody's going to be prosperous. I'm going to speak it now so it happens. We're all going to have a great year. Anything you guys want to do is going to, if you have dreams, aspirations, anything you want to do it this next year. because it's a year of moving forward. And of course, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I think we'll be back next week before the New Year to say Happy New Year again. We'll close it out. Maybe we'll figure out. Maybe you know what? We'll have the count of how many videos and how many shows we reviewed next week on a final episode of 2023.
Yep.
We'll go ahead and have the fun. Yeah, Buddy's on his way to Uganda. He's going to Africa to visit his family. So that's great. His twins. And so let's all pray for him. But everybody have a great Christmas. Remember what it's for. Remember, do one act of kindness this week, because no matter what it is, because I think it people see that and they want to do acts of kindness as well. Remember, the force is with us always. Live long and prosper, as they say in Trekland.
All right, hopefully you guys have a great Christmas, the rest of your weekend. Hope you guys got the 4-day weekend off. Come back next week for the New Year's last one for this year, and we'll have a great time again and get some more laughs, and hopefully we won't have any technical difficulties this time.
Yeah. I'll get an earlier start,
Mike,
guys.
I can't wait to see you again. You have a great Christmas with Sergio, and have a great time, have some fun.
Absolutely, for sure. That's it, everybody. Remember, be kind to one another, and if you're drinking, don't drive.
The following feature presentation is part of the All for Sci-Fi Podcast Network.